Okay, welcome. So this is a video about your assignment. You're going to model a flower using circular pattern, and you're going to model a calculator using rectangular pattern. You should already have watched the video that I posted, how to build rectangular and circular arrays in Google Classroom. Let me see, I believe it is SketchUp Training Series Copies and Arrays. So you should have already watched that video. And now you're ready to do some modeling. So first off, feel free to play around with it as much as you like. If you can do this on your own without watching this instruction, go ahead and do it. It's a flower that has 8 petals. It's red petals, yellow center, but you can choose whatever colors you like as long as you use circular pattern to make the petals, and it's colored on the top and bottom. The calculator has a bunch of buttons. They're random buttons. I made it a 5x6 grid, so that's what we will be doing. And I believe, how big are these keys? I think they're 1/4 inch by 0.2 inches. Okay, and the calculator is 2 inches across, 3 inches up. So if you would like to just try and figure this out on your own, you are more than welcome to, but you can also follow along with this video. So I'm actually going to start with the flower. I'm just going to delete the whole thing, and we'll start from scratch. Okay, so the first step is to draw a petal. So to draw a petal, we're going to use the pie tool. So if you go over to your arc, the bottom one here is pie, and that will draw a little pie slice for you. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to make my pie. It's going to be a real nice big flower. I'm going to make this 6 inches. There it is. And now I come over here, and I'm going to make it a 30-degree angle. So you can either just look in the bottom right corner to see that it says 30 degrees, or you can even type in 30 and it will just show up in the bottom corner. And here's my pie slice. Now this doesn't look like a flower petal, so I'm going to use 2-point arc on the end, this button here, to make it look nice and round at the end. Click the end points, pull it out as much as you like. I like how it looks with a half circle, so I'm going to do that. Last, I'm pressing the E button to get my eraser tool. You can also just go over here and click, but I like to use the keyboard shortcuts. And let's erase this little line. Let's heal the surface there. All right, so I have one flower petal. Next, I'm going to make the center of my flower. I'm going to click here, and let's make the center of my flower 3 inches in diameter. That'll be 6 inches across. All right, so I am not going to delete these yet because I want to have a center point for when I do my circular pattern. So I'm not going to delete these lines because I will need them later, but I will delete them when I'm done because I don't want that little triangle in the center. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to make this a component. So I'm going to draw a rectangle around it. Everything inside the rectangle will get selected. Oops, that's not what I want. I don't want anything except what's inside the rectangle. There we go. So this is getting selected as the stuff that's going to be my petal, and I'm going to make that a component. I'm going to call it petal. I get an error message because I already made this once, and it's saying, wait, something already exists. That's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to do my circular pattern. I'm going to make copies of this, and then I'll make multiple copies of it in a circle. So to do this, we're going to use our rotate tool, and you can make a copy of something with the rotate tool just as you can with your move tool. Okay, so I'm using my rotate tool. I'm going to click the center that I want to rotate around. So this is going to be my center point that I'm spinning this around. And now I'm going to click the point that I'm going to rotate. I'm just going to click this bottom corner here. And if I rotate it, it spins it around that center point. But if I press the Option key on a Mac or the Control key on a PC or Chromebook, you see it makes a copy. So just like it does with the Move tool, you can make copies with the Rotate tool. Now I think I'm going to have this be an 8-petaled flower, so I'm going to move this to 45 degrees. So you can see in the bottom right it says 45 degrees. I'm going to click. And now before I do anything else, so no more clicks, don't select any other tools. You can move your cursor, but don't type or press anything. Now I'm going to type in the information to tell Google SketchUp how many copies to make. So I have 1 petal that I started with, and I want 7 copies because I want 8 petals total. So I'm going to I'm going to type 7x 7 times and press return, and voila, I've got my flower petals. Great, so now I'm going to double click on my component so that I can color it. I'm going to press B for paint bucket, or you can go over here and click it. And I'm going to make my petals red. And look, they're all turned red. I'm going to do the underside also. Don't forget the bottom. Great. And now I'm going to use my spacebar to do my select, or you can click on that. I'm going to go out of there. Now that this is all set, I don't need these pointing things anymore, so I'm going to type E for eraser. Erase both of those lines. Last, I'm going to type B for paint bucket again. And I'm going to select yellow. If you can't find the colors, when you click on materials, it'll bring you here. Go to search, and you want to go to colors. So if you don't see them, scroll down to colors. And I'm going to choose yellow for my center. And click and rotate to the bottom. And click. And there is my flower. I'm going to stop the video here, and then I'll do a new video to show you how to do the calculator.